Alright, first thing I need to do is get this off my chest. Get Out and go see this film. It is fantastic. Get Out is the directional debut of Jordan Peele of Key & Peele fame and is produced by horror maestro Jason Blum of Blumhouse Pictures. The film follows Chris Washington, played brilliantly by Daniel Kaluuya, a photographer in an interracial relationship with Rose Armitage, played by Allison Williams. The two of them go on a weekend trip to meet her family, the Armitages. When they arrive, everything seems normal, but the longer they stay, things start to seem a little bit out of place, and there's something a little bit off with the whole situation. And from there, things start to unsettle Chris and start to get worse from there. Now, this film really is fantastic. I mean, for a directional debut, this is outstanding. It's a little bit of a parable in a way for modern racism, with how the interracial relationship is viewed, sort of the attitude, I guess, the whole Black Lives Matter situation in America, just the perception of different races at the moment. But really, just as a film, this is amazing. The pacing in this film, some of the best pacing in a horror film in a long time. Jordan Peele really respects the audience. He doesn't treat you like an idiot. He understands why you're seeing this film, what you expect to get out of it. He will likely join the ranks of the Fede Alvarez's, just these really intelligent and smart horror filmmakers we are probably going to see a hell of a lot more of in the years to come. What I really like is there's a sort of perfect blend of horror and comedy, which in a sense is somewhat similar, I guess, in the style of Evil Dead 2 and the Evil Dead franchise, where Evil Dead 2 in particular has this sort of perfect blend of horror and comedy. One side doesn't outweigh the other, so it isn't a horror film with elements of comedy, it isn't a comedy with elements of horror. It's this perfect blend of the two, which is what really is going to make this film stand out. The cast is absolutely phenomenal. Daniel Kaluuya, you will see him go on to big things. I mean, he's already been cast in Black Panther, so you will see him in Marvel's Black Panther next year. Allison Williams, who plays Rose, his girlfriend, as well as the entire Armitage family. Catherine Keener, who plays Missy. Bradley Whitford, who's brilliant as Dean. Caleb Landry Jones as Jeremy. I mean, all of them are phenomenal. They commit fully to their roles, and the Armitages are probably going to go down in history as one of the most terrifying families in cinema history. They are mind-numbingly terrifying. The standout of the entire film, however, is Lil Rel Howery, who plays Rod, who is Chris's friend in the film. And by far and large, he is the standout of this film. Every time he was on screen, I was laughing my ass off. Everyone in the theater was cackling. He was hilarious. But he wasn't just, apart from being sort of this comic relief character, he has real merit and importance to the film, not just some shoehorned in character. He has a lot of purpose in the film. There are some visual sequences in the film that are absolutely beautiful and really outstanding. For a low budget, $4 or $5 million film, what they're able to do with the budget is just incredible, and there's just these really beautiful sequences that just come out of nowhere. They're just so unexpected in a first-time director's horror film. Some visual sequences are what you'd expect of someone like Gore Verbinski or Guillermo del Toro, or even Stanley Kubrick. They're little sequences spattered throughout the film, but they're just incredibly enticing to watch and really beautifully handled. When you see them, you'll know which ones I'm talking about, but yeah, these sequences are incredible. Even the score and the music in the film just really helps tie everything together and really adds such an incredible layer of depth to the film. The whole film sort of creates this really great, unsettling mood and tone, so throughout the film, you're sort of left not really knowing what to expect. But the really fantastic thing about the film is there are these little nuggets that are placed as you're watching. If you're paying attention, there's all these little bits of information that gets dropped. This is continuously happening throughout the film. Nothing is said without having some sort of consequence or purpose later on in the film. And everything gets tied up and tied together at the end of the film. And there's just massive, just a huge payoff when all these things sort of come together, and it's just incredibly satisfying. I was cheering in my seat during some of these moments once everything came together, came to a conclusion. This is the kind of stuff that makes a modern classic. Now there are some very, very minor sort of nitpicks, and they really are nitpicks. Like, this is an extremely fantastic film. I mean, there are jump scares in the film. Most of them work. Some are a bit obvious. Some don't really add a whole lot. The thing is, a lot of the scares and the horror in the film actually add a lot to the story and actually make sense within the plot of the film. But there are some jump scares that don't really work in this sense, so they're a little bit off with the rest of how the other scares are utilized. Yeah, again, very minor. I mean, there will be some people who will predict some of the twists because things are laid out throughout the film very clearly, and you know, Jordan Peele obviously wants you to be able to pick up on what's happening in the film and where it's sort of heading. But the twists are so fun, and when they come, you can't help but be you're sort of cheering in your seat. I mean, having those little moments. You could see where they were going, they went there, but right direction to go in, and the payoff for those twists is just awesome. But yeah, this film, everything in this film has purpose. That's the best thing. That's the thing I really enjoy the most about this is a lean film. There is no fat on this film. Like, everything's been trimmed off. Just a great, tightly packaged film where you're not getting all these story threads that don't make sense or have no purpose. Just everything contributes to the film in such a phenomenal way. And it's just one of the most satisfying horror films in a long time. And it just adds to the growing stable of this horror renaissance that we're still in, thanks to Don't Breathe and Conjuring 2 and Lights Out from last year. Just really a great time to be a horror fan right now. I have no doubt in my mind that this will be considered a horror classic in years to come. Honestly, go and see this as soon as possible. If you're a horror fan, you are doing yourself a disservice by not seeing this film. It should be seen as soon as it reaches your theater. You will enjoy it. It is fantastic. And even when it does release on Blu-ray or digital HD, pick it up. It is that kind of film that you'll want to watch over and over and over again. Yeah, this is a film that will be considered a classic in many years to come. So for a final score, I'm going to go with a 9.5 out of 10 for Get Out. It is that fantastic. I had an incredible time with this film. I can't recommend it enough. Go to the theater, enjoy it. See it with a theater of people. Bring your friends along, scream with them, laugh with them. It's just an incredible package. Get out and go and see it immediately. Thank you for listening. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to join the conversation below, comment in the comment section. I'd love to get some discussions happening with these films. If you liked it or you disliked it, or if you're planning to see it, let us know. We'll put it all in the comments, it all helps. And if you want to see more videos like this, do hit the subscribe button. You'll be able to keep up to date with all the videos that are getting released on The Mono Report. You can also follow me on Facebook and Twitter at The Mono Report. Thank you, and have a good one, and get out.